There's always room on the couch.
Hello, everybody, viewers of Hero Club and the Couch Stealers alike. I am Shoutout12. I am a co-founder and co-owner of Hero Club, as well as the video editor for this interview you're watching today. This interview was conducted at ConnectiCon in Hartford, Connecticut on July 17th in association with the convention's press department. So both Couch Stealers and Hero Clubs are both press outlets allowed to have access to certain guests for interviews like the one we're seeing today. And as a result, we put our efforts together and we're able to provide a multi-angle view of Steve Blum for all of you out there. So links to follow both Couch Stealers and us at Hero Club are in the description as well as the pinned comment down below. Hope you enjoy this interview. This was really cool to have an opportunity at being able to present one of the legendary figures in voice acting and ask him a lot of great questions. So I hope you enjoy and have a great time.
When you began during the Japanimation era of dubbing with Let's Play, you worked alongside the Fond on several titles. One was a mecha series called Orgus, and that series only got dubbed halfway.
Yeah.
Do you recall anything about why it didn't get its dub finish, and anything about its production?
For Orgus, well, for most shows, they don't tell us any of the background stuff. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Usually it's a licensing issue. And in many cases, especially back then, if a show started doing well, they started raising the license fees and could afford to dub them. So I'm guessing that's what happened, but I have no idea. I really am not good at any of that. I'm just a voiceman. I show up and I do my job. But working with the Fond family, just immense talent, every single one.
So one of the questions that we had here was, you said the most challenging part of voice acting is making a character believable. Is there a specific style of acting that you use as a baseline to help you make characters that you voice believable for us as the viewer?
Style of acting. I'm not a classically trained actor, so whatever style I may be using would be my own interpretation of what I think it might be. Generally, I'm an organic actor, so my style is really finding the heart of the character with whatever resonates in me. And whether it's good, bad, or otherwise, we all have that full range of emotions. So I try to tap into that. And I just try to be as honest and authentic as I possibly can. And even if it's embarrassing, even if I'm feeling shame in the moment because I'm bringing up stuff from childhood, I think that that's important that actors actually are willing to go there. And vulnerability too. Finding vulnerability in Cowboy Bebop was the thing that really changed me as an actor in the movie when Spike had to go to a vulnerable place. Very, very uncomfortable for me. So I grew up having to tuck that stuff down. And it changed my life, professionally and personally. Thank you.
You're one of the earliest voices for Gundam's Char Aznable, as well as probably the first English voice for Goku.
You go way back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can ask Tom about me. He knows.
Oh my God.
So, do you find it odd that those performances now are like obscure due to the fact that those games and movie releases are like heavily out of print?
What was the question?
Okay. Do you ever find it odd that like your performance has become very obscure because they're out of print?
I never find it odd that my performances have become obscure because I never expected anybody to watch anything I did anyway. I was doing it for fun, especially back in the old days. I'm just amazed when anybody remembers these old shows and games. Thank you. Because it was available to such a limited audience, especially back then, and in such limited print too. And sometimes they're very difficult to find now. But yeah, I mean, we just had fun doing it. Honestly, I was a frustrated musician back then, and working on voiceover, and especially in Japanimation, was my outlet for all of my anger and rage at the world. It just made me happy to be in that booth. So the fact that people watched it at all and connected with it is just frosting up. You're making me dig way back.
Sorry about that.
No, it's good. I didn't know I had that piece of brain left.
So you said that voice actors like Frank Welker and D. Bradley Baker are some of your heroes. As someone that is looked at as a hero for the next generation of voice actors? Are there any that come to mind that are up and coming that you believe we should be out on the lookout for?
Yeah, there are so many brilliant young emerging voice actors now, and it gives me hope for the future. We recently, in my classes at BloombergStudios.com, we recently had an actor named Kristen DiMercurio, who is known for her online presence and the voice of Bluetooth. And I just happened to see her on my TikTok, and she blew my mind. The talent and the dedication and the ability to just spit, she's incredible. So I feel like we're in good hands with people like her. We've got several people at this convention. The AJ Locasio, is how I pronounce it? Yeah. AJ Beckles, Mei Hong is here. There's so many young, incredible actors who are up and coming and bringing something different to the party that, we just didn't do. So I'm hopeful for the future, and I see these people as bright and innovative and super creative and hopeful, which is really nice because there's a lot of people out there who are losing hope because of AI and so many of the things that are happening. So I think we're in good hands.
So obviously I keep bringing up Japanimation and stuff like that. So
Japanimation.
Yeah.
Not only us old dudes knew about that.
Tom kept saying it every time we're doing his
Japanimation. I remember. I don't remember yesterday, but Japanimation I know. Go on. Sorry, go
No, please. All right.
That's Tom.
No, that is Tom. That 100%.
We used to hike up our pants and we'd see each other in the parking lot. We were working together to film.
And he'd say, "Hi, Steve."
Hello, how are you? What's your name? I don't remember. I got a kreplach in my pocket. I got it. I'm saving it for you.
Okay, so
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to waste your time.
Tom Fun just brings back.
I knew if I mentioned him, it would derail us. But
it does always.
So obviously, since I've mentioned him several times, I've talked to a lot of Saban brand actors who've worked on the animes, who've worked on obviously his live actions. It's interesting that you were never a part of any of the Power Ranger shows outside of Super Legends, the video game. Was that no parts were ever given to you, or that you just never got picked up for?
I never had the opportunity to audition for it. All my friends were doing it, and I don't know why they didn't pick me, but it was fine.
Yeah, because I was always curious about that. It was just a little rare that you were one of the rare non-crossovers between the anime and the live action.
I don't know why that was. It was a little bit of a different circle that they traveled in. And I just heard from my friends that it was kind of rough. It was all non-union back then. It was a little bit rough. And I was a musician back then, too. So I was playing music. I was working a full-time job, and I was doing voice acting. So I think they had to travel also to a different location up in the Deep Valley somewhere in California. And maybe they just thought I wasn't available or something. Okay. And I was also really green back then, too. So they might not have known who I was. That's okay. I don't get to work on everything, and that's all right. My friends did. I wasn't a Power Ranger. It's okay.
You were Lord Zed on Disney game.
That's true. I did get to do that. That was funny. That was enough for me.
All right. Well, just kind of, I think it's funny that you answered a little bit of a question we had in. I'll just go right into it. So what's your opinion on the current state of the voice acting industry, specifically around the implementation of AI dubbing?
We talk about this all the time now. I think we're okay. I mean, recently we had some fully AI dubbed things that failed miserably, and we were all expecting it and kind of cheering that on that happened. There's nothing that can replace human emotion. I don't think AI will ever quite get there for the unexpected bits of human emotion that just happen. And AI can predict a lot of things, but that's one of them that's going to be tough. And Kristen, the person Kristen DiMercurio, I mentioned her mainly because she was saying that she believes that AI they're going to keep trying, they're going to keep pushing it in, and it definitely has its place. And we're not fighting that because we know that is the emerging technology. But one thing that she said was that if something that is hand-drawn, created completely by humans and voiced by humans, it's going to be a more valuable product. And it may sell for more, it may go to a bigger audience, it's going to have that boutique quality to it that you cannot replace with AI. So I talk to my students about this a lot, and one of the things that I always bring up to them is that at every stage of my career, my agent just said, all right, this is the worst time in history that you're getting into this. Good luck. When I first signed with her, the very first week I signed with my agent 30 years ago, she said, well, commercials are not going to be paying what they used to, and don't expect to make a living off of this. Good luck. You're coming in the worst time in history. I did fine. It's okay. You find your way around it. And that's the way this industry has to work. It's not a 9 to 5 gig. It's not going to be predictable. The financial aspect of this business will never be predictable. I don't care what level you're at. So I'd say don't worry about it. Do what you do. Create your art for the sake of creating the art. If you make a living at it, great. That's frosting. But I wouldn't worry about AI as being this big monster. It's going to take over everything. It's going to find its place, and it's going to die off in the areas that it doesn't work.
Nice. Thank you.
And hopefully so will all these data centers that are taking all of our
Yeah,
resources.
please. I like to keep our resources.
Yeah.
With your involvement as Toonami's Tom, do you have any creative control over segments or how it goes now?
No. I have no control over anything except my own studio. No, Tom is in very good hands with the people at Adult Swim. I will give my input. I was just recording some Toonami in my hotel room last night, and I noticed a couple of copy mistakes, and so I brought it to their attention, and they said, "Oh, yep, you're right. Just redo it the way you think." And it's great. It's a collaborative process in that sense because I know Tom so well. But other than that, for programming, for pretty much any of the content, the guys are geniuses at Adult Swim, and I trust them implicitly. So I'm not one of those actors who says, well, I think you should do it this way. I don't do that. But if I see grammatical errors or if I see something that's just, incorrect in the copy, I will try to point that out. And I'll do it the way they write it, even if it is wrong. And I'll just say, I think it's wrong, but here you go. And I have to let all of that go. As voice actors, we never have control over copy or content, except in very rare cases. Sometimes it's a little more collaborative, but not for Tom.
All right.
Yeah, especially for video game reviews, because I'm not a gamer. So I trust them. And I can hear them clicking when they're directing it behind the scenes because they're playing the game.
So our next question that we had was, and kind of piggybacking off what they were mentioning, what comes to mind for you when you think about the impact your career and your voice has had on an entire generation of anime, comic, and video game lovers?
Wow. It's humbling, actually. Like I said, we never expected anybody to consume this stuff. We did it for a very small paycheck and for fun. And I'm still doing it for the right reasons, I think. So when people tell me that they've connected with these characters and shows and games in very profound ways, that it's gotten them through hard times, it's nothing short of humbling, honestly. I can't believe that I get to do this for a living and that it affects people in positive ways. And I can't tell you how many times I've broken down and cried in my own signing lines. Gwen can attest to that. Where it touches me. It just really touches me profoundly. And that will never go away. I'm just thinking about it, just thinking about the moments that I've spent with the fans and the hardships that some of these people have been through. And they say that these shows and games and characters have lifted them up, even if it's just for a moment at a time. That's worth it. If it happens for one person, it's worth it, but it's happened with thousands throughout the years. So I can't be any more grateful than I am for being in this profession. My dad was a doctor, and he kept saying, you got to do something that, is actually going to be helping people. And he didn't understand what was going on behind the scenes at places like this until I brought him to a convention and he saw people breaking down. He went, "Oh, no, you're doing good. Yeah, carry on." And I'm not smart enough for medicine anyway. I can't math.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Out of all your roles you performed, are there any from canceled projects or unfinished, say, anime adaptations that you wish could have continued? If so, which ones?
So many of our greatest shows, I think, got canceled way before their time. Megas XLR comes to mind first, just because. Yeah, I mean, it was a love letter to all things pop culture and nerd culture, and beautifully written, hilarious show with an incredible cast and big heart behind it. Everybody, the animators, everybody who put that together, they just came from such an authentic place. And the network just didn't know what to do with it. And it broke our hearts because we put everything we could into that show. Spectacular Spider-Man ended way before its time. I thought it was really authentic to the original comics. Amazing cast, amazing writing, great stories. Wolverine and the X-Men was cut way before its time. There were so many of them. And usually it was some corporate decision. It was some lawyer that was crunching numbers and didn't think it was performing the way they wanted to. So it makes us really sad, but again, it's completely out of our control. So we just put everything we got into it. Even if we know a show's ending, we're still going to take it all the way to the wall till the very last second.
Huh?
Thanks.
Yeah.
For bringing that up.
I gotta just play off of you guys one more time. So this may be a very short answer for you, but we'll find out. Do you play Marvel Rivals? And if you do you actually say the voice lines as Wolverine when you play?
If I did, I would, but I'm not a gamer. No, I haven't played games for probably 35, 40 years. So, no, I don't get to that. But if I was playing, I'd be saying the lines out loud all the time. And I'd be screaming my head off, and I'd be playing for 14 hours a day. And I don't have that kind of time. So,
and that's probably why you're not a gamer.
yeah, yeah, that's what I used to do. I mean, back in the day even before the controllers got so complicated, I would sit at the computer and I would wake up I wouldn't wake up. I'd be up at 3 o'clock in the morning realizing that I needed to work that day. And I know you guys can relate to that if you've played games.
Yeah.
I ain't got that kind of time.
Not anymore.
No.
Thank you.
You worked on the Netflix anime. You voiced Agent Adad, which is a Dada parallel. Do you have any interest to actually work on the dubs for the live action shows that are still like being simulcast right now, or is that a issue with like unions and agencies?
Well, if it's a non-union show, I can't work on it. Period. I'm a union actor and an active voting member in the union. So I made that promise a long time ago that I wouldn't work on non-union stuff once I got my card. So I can't do that. Live action dubbing is actually harder, I think, and more time consuming and requires more research. And again, I ain't got that kind of time. I'll do it. I've done a ton of it, but I prefer to do animated dubbing if I have the choice. So, but I mean, if they call me and it's a union project, yep, I'm a whore. I'll still do it. I'll do almost anything.
I'm gonna try and keep a straight face after that.
You don't have to. It's all good.
So a couple of characters: Spike Spiegel, Mugen, Roger Smith, obviously Tom. Was there a specific inspiration when creating the voices for these characters that we recognize as being smooth and suave?
No, I always go by the copy that's given to me. So I just try to create something authentic to properly express the thoughts and feelings of the author. No, I with Spike, that was one of the characters where I stepped into those shoes and I thought, oh man, I get to play a cool guy. I am not cool in my real life, so this is really fun. So I tried to make him a little bit cooler than my normal way of being. He just had that swagger about him, which I kind of took from what I saw on the screen and what the original Japanese actor did. And it felt kind of good, to be honest. So I felt like I was able to incorporate a little bit of that swag in my life in a way that I never thought possible. So I try to pull from those things after the fact rather than bring it to it necessarily, because sometimes it just ain't in there, or I don't know that it's in there, and I'm discovering it in real time. But like I was saying before, it's an organic process for me, so it has to feel authentic. And if it doesn't feel authentic, I stop and I start again.
All right, so I guess this is our last question. When directing and scripting for anime in the past, especially when it came to localizing, what was your process when like either having to censor or make it age appropriate?
Well, I wasn't a director. I've never directed.
Okay.
I stepped away from that on purpose because I didn't want to know people's personal lives. There's so many shenanigans that go on I don't want to know about. In terms of censorship, I really didn't have to think about that too much because we were given guidelines, especially writing for things like Digimon. At some point, Disney came into the picture, and Disney gave us a very specific list of things that we couldn't say. So it was actually pretty easy. And we just know, if there's a line in Japanese where the translation says, God, we're not supposed to say God. Who knows why? Occasionally we could swear, and that was always really fun. And I would always try to put in as much of that as I possibly could because that's authentic. But prior to that, I worked for a film company, and we were bound by the MPAA rules, and they were very strict about that. So I had a pretty good sense of what was acceptable and what wasn't, even if there wasn't anybody supervising me. I also had kids, and I knew what I wanted them to hear and what I didn't want them to hear. So I just kind of used my own best judgment. Very seldom was I corrected, except on Digimon. We had a lady in there who, she was kind of crazy anyway, but she would come in and last second, and she would always rewrite my scripts, and usually for the worst. And eventually, when we get back into the booth, we would recorrect it if we thought that there was something that she was cutting out that was really integral to the story.
Jeff said that's why you took over for later seasons.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Jeff said that?
Well, Jeff said he had a falling out with one of the people. That's why he didn't do 3 and 4, supposedly, as the scripter. Was brought back for 5.
Maddening. Yeah. Yeah. But we got through it, and we came up with something good. But back in the days when I was working for the film company, I just thought it was inspirational. My friends in England who were writers were telling me that they were allowed. Can I cuss in these?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
We don't care.
They said that they were allowed 3 fucks per film, and they had to place them very carefully. They could actually say the word fuck, but they only got 3 of them. And I just thought, oh, that's great. I'm going to place these perfectly here. So it was always like a chess game. If I had put one in early in the show and I just found a better place for it, I would just kind of move it over. So those kinds of little things were behind the scenes that nobody ever asked me about before. But yeah, the 3 fuck rule was always really fun for me.
All right.
Yeah. That's going to be really bad out of context.
I mean, how many fucks can you get before the center of this?
Exactly.
2, 3 fucks.
3 fucks. All right, just to wrap up here, I guess, since we got the last one. Obviously, we're all here because of your voice acting ability.
Sorry.
Obviously. Please don't be. And you've done this for an extremely long time over a large quantity of mediums. And I believe we saw this somewhere that you may even hold a Guinness World Record relating to that. Oh, 4 of them. Correction.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most difficult medium for you to voice act in? Is it anime? Is it Western animation? Whatever.
Difficult to work on is not a question that I would equate to a medium. I would equate that to a specific project. There can be games that are super easy. There have also been games where I feel like I'm dragging my uvula behind me with blood dripping because I've been screaming my nards off.
Yeah.
But that happens in every medium. Commercials I find to probably be the most difficult because there's usually a team of people on the other side of the glass, and everybody has to voice their opinion, whether it's relevant or not, just to justify their job. And it's so annoying having to say a line about some stupid product that I don't even really care about 500 different ways because everybody in the room wants it that way. That's annoying. I don't know if it's difficult. It's just difficult emotionally for me to stay authentic in those moments and to sound like I really care about the product. And I have to care in that moment. But vocally, it really depends on the character, depends on the writing, it depends on what they need me to do. I just did a video game 3 days ago where I screamed for 2 hours straight. It was on a project that I really love, so it was worth it to me. There are other ones where I was screaming for 2 hours straight and I just want to kill somebody because it's so bad and it's just screaming for the sake of screaming. So it really depends on the project, honestly. And, there's some characters that are harder than others. Like Venom is really hard. Baraka from Mortal Kombat is coming from me.
That's my
It's
favorite
character. Oh, thank you. Well, see, then that's one of the ones that it's worth it for me. It hurts like hell. I feel like I do want to kill somebody after I finish Baraka every time, because now they're having him do full paragraphs in that voice.
Yeah.
And that's all me. It's not altered. It hurts a lot, but it's worth it. Wolverine, super stressful on the voice when he goes into Berserker Barrage or Berserker Rage mode. But worth it. It's Wolverine, and he has to be like that. Venom, oh my God, it's so brutal on the throat, but also worth it. I love Venom, and he can't be any other way in my mind. So, yeah, but it can be like that for anything. I've had promos that were 30-second promos that I had to scream my guts out for. And it's like, okay, that hurts, and it sucks, and I really don't want to do that again. But I got a nice page.
Yeah,
So,
I'll take it.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, it's not the medium. It's really the writing or the character or that moment.
Gotcha.
Everything is moment by moment. You got to stay present, kids. Stay present. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.